All right, Ian, welcome. This is your 15 minutes. Let me get down. 15-minute before bed stretching that you requested. I might go, I don't know, it should be about 15 minutes. And it's going to be entirely sitting or lying down. So, yeah, get ready and find a comfortable place to sit. I suppose we'll do what we've been doing. Om it in, little Sukhasana really quick. Couple quick breaths in and out. In and out. In, out. All right, beginning to arrive. And we're going to start in child's pose. So, extended child's pose at that. So, butt back, arms out, and just kind of sink in for a little bit. Love child's pose. Always come back to this anytime you need a rest, stretch. And we will add some stretching onto this once we settle in nicely here. Yeah. Oh. All right, crawl the fingers forward a little bit. What we're going to do is prayer hands. Basically, elbows down, hands to prayer, and then walk those elbows out just a little bit. You should feel a nice stretch under your armpits. Just relax into it. Every out breath, sink a little deeper. Don't forget to do your ujjayi breathing if you like. Oh, excuse me. I'm already relaxed. All right. Release the prayer hands, and we're going to stretch over to the right side of your mat. Crawl your hands over, put your left hand on your right, sort of grabbing it. And now you should have, pull back. And you should feel a nice side body stretch on your left side. Oh, yeah. All right. Come back to center. And then move those hands over to the left side of your mat. Grab the top of your left hand with your right hand and pull back and get that stretch on your right. It's funny, this kind of works out a little bit when we're for our home practice for teacher training. This week we're not allowed to raise our hands over our head, which works out quite nicely for doing this for you. Keeping everything low and stretchy anyway, like no sun salutations, none of that stuff. Just keeping it low and stretchy without raising our arms. Oh yeah. All right. Release that back to center. Oh. And for your next in-breath, go ahead and bring it up to tabletop. Oh, yeah. And then swing it around, hands behind you, a little baby camel. Oh, press your hips up and out. Hold this for just, I don't know, like 10 seconds. You should feel this in your hip flexors. I know I do. Oh my goodness, they're tight today. Oh. All right, release the baby camel. Back to tabletop. We'll do a little cat-cow action. Just get going with the breath. In goes into cow. You pull your chest forward, butt up. get funky with this and start like moving around your center, like you can kind of twist left and make circles as you breathe out and breathe back in, completing the circle down below. Breathe out. You do that, change direction. And also sort of like when you're breathing out, like cat can kind of look like this. You know, basically there's a lot of leeway to sort of make that thing your own, but we don't need to do that right now. And actually, I don't know if I'm being blocked by that chair since I'm actually down. All right, back into tabletop. Just take it down into puppy dog pose. Stretch your forearms out and allow your, well, I'm going to allow my forehead to the ground. You don't have to. But, you know, this is a good, nice chest opener here. And obviously armpits again. I'm realizing I need to start putting a clock where I can see it when I do this, so I know how long I'm taking. Like, I'm like, how long? Because I've got sort of like the idea of the poses I want to go through, but I'm not sure. Like, and they're definitely I can do it in 15 minutes, but I'm just realizing that I need a clock so I can actually see how long I'm taking. So next time I'll be much better on time. But that being said, let's get out of this pose and just sort of slide forward. Oh, slide your chest forward. And then pull your arms back to, your hands back to just to the side of your chest. Tuck your arms in towards your chest and lift up. We're just going to do a little baby cobra. So this is mostly, like, you shouldn't even really be pushing that much up with your hands. You should mostly be kind of like pulling back and using your upper back strength to lift up on this. And down. Okay, push back up to tabletop real quick. We're gonna do some pigeon. Bring your right knee up near your right hand, left foot across. Kind of pull back with your left foot. So breathe in, kind of open your chest. And when you're ready, kind of fold forward. If you have any props, if you have like a block or something, which I think I sent you blocks and whatnot, blocks and like and straps and stuff. If it's easier, you can put like a block under your hip like that, just to take the pressure off. I think that's the main modification that you might need. If you can't do this, you can get on your back and do a figure 4 on your back. I guess. Let me know if you can't do any of these poses ever that I've got lined up for you. Like if you get something, sometimes you're like, oh, I really don't like or can't do a pigeon. Either way, you can always like, I can keep a running list of poses that are not in your wheelhouse if you would like, either by choice or by just the way your body is. There you are. All right. Oh, I love pigeon. Stay in this all day. Actually, take that out. Fun fact, pigeon is called sleeping swan in a yin class. I actually asked my yoga teacher about that, and we don't know why. It's got a different name in yin. Yeah. Oh, yin. All right. When you're ready, breathe in, lift back up, and get that leg back in to your tabletop. When you're ready, we're going to take your left foot forward, left knee, left knee to left hand, right leg up, and I should have said this the first time. Like your leg when it gets up there does not need to be parallel to the front of the mat. It should be what's comfortable for you. And again, when you're ready, lift up, lift in, and on the out breath, fold forward, and stretch it out. So it is, I don't know, like 4:30 my time. So this is just my first thing really after getting done with work today before I get on with the rest of my day. But I'm very glad that I have the opportunity to do it and share it with you. Yeah, it's actually light out still. Days are getting longer, finally. And it's not raining today for the first time in ages. Oh my God, there's moss everywhere. It's like growing on cars practically. It's been raining so much the last month. Quite interesting. Very green. Very green. Oof. All right. My next inhale. Go ahead and bring it back up. And there we are, back to tabletop. All right, we're gonna sit now for a little bit. We're going to just get into like staff with bent knees. Actually, stretch out those feet. Staff Dadasana, staff pose. And we're going to turn that into a seated forward fold. So when you're ready, start leaning forward. I like to sort of like breathe out. I try to keep my, I try to breathe in to like sort of straighten up through the crown of my head. And then as I breathe out, I fold forward a little bit more. And as I breathe in, I straighten. Breathe out, fold forward. Breathe in, straight. Breathe out, fold forward. And eventually, I get to the point where I'm where I want to be. But maybe even after that, I'll still breathe, do that a couple more times just to sort of make sure I'm really settled in. But stretch those hamstrings. Or if you have really tight hamstrings like I do, stretch that lower back. Like it's interesting. I can obviously like touch my toes, no problem these days, but you'll notice that most of this is because of my back being really flexible, because it turns out that even though I can touch my, grab my feet pretty easily in a pose like this, my hamstrings are still quite tight. It's interesting, like I'm waiting them, like I do yoga all the time, I'm waiting for them to get looser at some point, but that hasn't happened yet, so, but my lower back lets me do this anyway, so. All right, release. All right, we're gonna do a little sort of, not quite figure four, but seated figure four kind of. So get you back up to seated with your knees pointed up, and now cross your left ankle over your right thigh, and you can either lean forward. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, well actually, this should be enough of a stretch in and of itself. You can increase the intensity of the stretch by bringing that one foot, the grounded foot, in a little bit more, or you could reduce the intensity by allowing that foot to go out a little bit. Obviously, it just sort of pulls that other leg in or out. You should feel a stretch in your outer hip mostly of that bent leg. Breathe in, breathe in. Where are we at time? I should probably keep going. Yes, I promise next time I will have a clock so that I actually know how much time I'm taking. All right. Release that leg back down. Other side, cross your right leg over your left. And this is what I was saying, where you could lean forward, but I prefer to bring that leg in now and stretch. Bring your left leg in, as ground that foot is wherever you like. Be sure to keep your crossed foot sort of active, kind of pulling it back towards your knee. Yeah, I can't believe it's this late out. The sun even came out today for a little bit this afternoon. It was crazy, crazy. Right. Release that. Get your legs straight and wide. We'll just do a wide leg forward fold real quick. Same sort of stuff as you do for the regular legs together forward fold. Obviously this will, you will notice this in your groin. Hold it. That's enough. Oh, I think it's time to get even more prone. Lay down on your back. And we're going to do Gomukhasana now, cow face. Ground your left leg, cross your right thigh over your left thigh, and then lift both those up. Grab for your ankles and pull. And this is, you should feel this in both your outer hips. There's another like this also. Make sure your back stays flat against the ground while you're doing this. When you're ready, extend those legs out and switch the cross. Left thigh over right thigh now. Come grab those ankles again. Release that. And we're going to roll over. Oh. Oh. All right. Just a little bit. All right. Face down on the mat. Get some goalpost arms going. And actually press up with your left arm. Reach your right arm under, thread the needle, left arm out like so, and give yourself a nice shoulder stretch. Doing it this direction first so you can see what I'm doing, hopefully, if you haven't done this before. Usually get into this from like tabletop, but we're being lazy today. We're staying on the ground. Back to goalpost, but only for a second. Get that left arm under the right arm and stretch out the right arm to the top of the mat. And get the shoulders going the other way. Release that and roll over on your back. Oh. And just hug knees into your chest. And when you're ready, releasing out, Shavasana. Imagine if you're getting ready for bed, this is a good time. Go to bed. I'm not going to stay in Shavasana. I don't know how much time this is taking at this point, but you are welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you want, or go to bed and do a 8-hour Shavasana with your eyes closed. Anyway, that's it for this one. Your 15-minute or however long it was stretching before bed. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks.